Hey friends, and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Last we left off, we went through glow season again. We saved Uncle Tonin from dying. That's good, but unfortunately during glow season another attack happened and Professor Hal died. So yeah, um, we're 12 now, and we might be able to head out without getting in trouble. Oh. Well, according to that, that's a no. Very well. Okay then, I will just move on. Oh wait, is that what this is for? No, it's not. Oh, that's how you relax on the walls. That would have been better to know before. Alright, we'll sneak out. Go over here first. Some farmlands. Maybe we'll try to plant something. You're just a kid playing at being a farmer. You mess around for a few hours planting some things that look like seeds, but it's unlikely any of them will actually grow here. This plant is full of all sorts of little bugs, little wrigglers. Yeah, I'll just watch. You stare with big eyes at the wonders of the natural world. How nice. Ooh, grab that. Bravely. Steam cuts through the path here. There must usually be stepping stones across it, but the water is too high to cross safely. Bravely jump over it. Wow. Why is there two? Oh, it can duplicate, that's why. Yeah, that works. You bravely fall in and get wet. You flounder towards the other side, soaked but victorious. Grab that. You come across a cluster of... Oh yeah, I'll give them a friendly pat. You like the mush trees. You give one a head pat and are surprised when it moves under your hand. It's not the tree though, but a camouflaged creature lying against the trunk. It's small and looks like a little octopus or a starfish. Lots of long legs, wrapped around the tree like it's giving it a hug. Hey there. What's up? The second sun is beginning to set, and you're planning your route back to the gates when you spot in the distance. He waves you over. Hi, Saul, he says gloomily. He sighs. I wish we didn't have to go home. I wish we could stay out here forever. Yeah, me too. What if, he begins, what if we didn't go home? Today, I mean. What if we stayed out and camped overnight? He gestures to the pack on his back. I brought a tent, just in case, and a perimeter sensor, and I found a spot right near the depot that looks safe. That would be dangerous, but sure, yeah, let's camp out. This sets up the tent while you place the perimeter posts around the edge of the clearing. If anything trips the invisible wall, this invisible wall around your campsite, at least you'll know about it. Without even saying goodnight, Dis crawls into the tent, takes off his jacket, and stuffs it behind his head. I hope you put the back part and not like the part with the zipper, so that could get stuck in your hair. He falls asleep almost immediately. You crawl in beside him and pull a thermal blanket over yourself. You're exhausted from a long day of hiking in the jungle, so despite the excitement of being out in the wild at night, you quickly fall asleep as well. You both wake up to a blaring alarm and bright lights filing the campsite. It's the perimeter alert. Something must have triggered it. Dis sits bolt upright and looks at you with wide eyes. Should you go out there and check? Sure. Oh, this is already overkill. Yeah, overkill. Maximum overkill. Let's go. Alright. You both carefully open the door and peek out through a crack. Nothing. Whatever it was, the light and noise must have scared it off. The sun is almost up, and you are definitely not getting back to sleep after that. So two of you eat soy rations and quickly watch the sunrise over the jungle together. When the surveyors open the gates and start prepping for the day, you pack up your gear and go home. You expect the worst, but nobody even noticed you were gone. Dang. You left the privacy curtain on your bed closed, and your parents must have come in late and left early, thinking you were asleep there the whole time. You're lucky. It also makes you feel a little sad. You've been having weird dreams as usual. They seem to get worse around glow. You wake up from a dream that has tears drying on your face, though you can't remember why. Just that you were terrified. Whatever it was, it felt real enough that for a moment you just lie in bed with your eyes closed and try to calm your breathing. You blearily rub your eyes and... Surprise! Oh, it's your birthday. Your dad leaps onto your bed and gives you a big cuddle. Aw, happy birthday, little tomato head. 12 years old. Wow. Can you believe it? No. Your mom answers for you, laughing as she hands you your presents. It was just yesterday Auntie Sedent was showing me how to change your... Okay. Because it's your birthday, your parents have brought in food from the canteen so you can all eat together on your bed. As you stuff your face with savory tofu chunks, you open your presents. Which one is your favorite? The exotic flowers from your mom. I think I'll go with this one. A photophoner. This instrument is part flute and part paintbrush. That is super random, but cool. And it uses a Neuralink to paint holograms in the air as you play. Oh, I see. How did this know? What a great gift. You can't wait to practice it in the lounge. Everyone's going to love it. As your dad clears away the wrapping paper and the dishes from breakfast, your mom folds her hands on the table and gives you a serious look. Uh-oh. So, she says, we've been here 2 years now. I know your dad and I have always said you're in charge of your schedule, but we've been keeping an eye on you. A loving eye, your dad interjects, stuffing wrapping paper into the recycler pickup bin. A trusting, gentle eye. Professor Hal used to tell us all the time about how hard you're trying in school, your mom continues. That's great. Your dad and I are really proud of you. Working might seem fun and grown up when you're a kid. Yep, sure. But if you want to do more than manual labor, you'll need some book smarts too. Your dad joins again. So, it's time to start thinking about how you're going to contribute to the colony when you're older. At the look on your face, he laughs. Don't worry. We're not going to make you get a job right now. We're just asking, what do you want to be when you grow up? That's always a big question. I don't think that's happening. A farmer, like you two. Your mom looks touched, but says, we're actually called, agriculturalist soul. Your dad hums. I prefer cultivator myself. Your mom thwops him with the back of her hand, and he laughs. Well, technically, we're a combination of agronomist and pastoralist, I suppose. What? Well, your mom starts to get up. I'm sure your friends all want to wish you a happy birthday. She stops and snaps her fingers. Oh, you might not have considered a career as a depot clerk, but AI and Bernie, or is it Al and Bernie? I don't know, mentioned their daughter Mars is working there, and she needs some help. Now that people can freely order luxuries, it's pretty busy there. Sure beats shoveling dirt, your dad laughs. If you don't take the job, you tell Mars I'll be right there. Your mom rolls her eyes and smiles. Okay. Alright. Where are we at on time? Pretty good, pretty good. Hmm. Anything around here? I don't think so. Why is there no music? Okay. Uh, Dare you to go into a restricted area. Yeah, you dare this to explore the creepiest, darkest pit part of the engineering. Deep down where even Chief Engineer Instance never goes. Under the recycling room, where they say there are ghosts. Never do this, kids. You set the mood, then sneak around behind him. Put your holopalm flashlight under your face and shout, "Boo!" He can't get scared. Why would you try that? He rolls his eyes. So, think about it. If there were ghosts on this spaceship, one of them would be my... oh yeah. I guess that would scare a normal person, but this still isn't scared of anything. Okay. Here, take this. Wow, this is uncharacteristically excited about the roots. They're so colorful. I've never seen roots like these before. What kind of plants are these from? Where do you put all this stuff, man? Was these like all in your room? Hmm. Uh, okay. We'll do a bit of combat training before we, yeah. You run into Cal and Anemone on the hill behind the garrison at a small construction site. They seem to be throwing logs. There are a bunch of them lying at the bottom of the hill. It It's a caber toss, Anemone shouts to you, then grunts with the effort of lifting a 6-meter long mush tree pole. She throws it like a javelin down the hill and sprints after it. My best record, she shouts and ties a piece of caution tape. I did go to the defense thing, right? To the end of the pole. Your turn, next, Cal says, pointing to a neatly stacked pile of construction poles beside you. From the looks of the nearby construction, they're probably destined to be a new lookout tower someday. Choose a thicker, heavier one. Challenge mode. Wee-oo, wee-oo. Cal makes a noise like a siren. He shouts down to Anemone. Sol's gonna throw a big un. A big un. Okay. You... Wait, I kind of forgot. So, so you better get out of the landing zone. The pole isn't actually that heavy, but its length makes it hard to balance. You struggle to get underneath it with your knees bent. This is going to be tough. Holy, yeah, you are not kidding. Okay. Huh? Value is wild. Ooh, that's fun. Huh. Oh dear. Okay. Hold on. Oh no, that's terrible. Well, unless we can... Hold on. Okay, yeah, that's better. Much better, yeah. And then we'll also use this to make this that. There we go. And then I'm a little confused by this because it says value is wild. Values matches as all pairs or straights. Okay. I can't push through this. Oh dear. Yeah, what card? Okay, I'm going for this. It's better, but still not enough. Hmm. Ah, no, I don't think we can push through this. Yeah, we're not pushing through this. There's no way we're pushing through this. +1 to challenges, huh? Okay. Yeah, we're not beating that. Yeah. You fumble your throw, um, pole, only making it halfway down the hill, rolling a little before it comes to stop with the others. Bonus points for rolling, Cal announces, and Anemone finds another piece of caution tape to mark your pole. You play for the rest of the afternoon, adding rules and variations as you go. You don't stop until the entire stack of poles are in a jumble at the bottom of the hill and decorated festively with caution tape. It's a wonder you got away with this. I know, I know. Alright. Now we rest. Oh, yes? So then I trapped it in my room, Anemone says, telling you about 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 the bugs she saw in her quarters. Its wings were as big as my hand. Had feelers like, wow! It was bouncing all over the place like boing, boing, boing. She gestures excitedly, swinging her arms over her head. The bugs here are so big, and they're everywhere. I was gonna give it to Tang, she says. She loves gross bug stuff. But she said I should just let it go. Because if it stung me, I might get weird mutant powers or powers. I mean, other than the one I already have. And I wanted to see if I got more weird mutant powers. So I started jumping around, off higher and higher things, until I was jumping off the back of the ship. And I got in so much trouble, but it wasn't even that high. She stops in her tracks. Hold on, she says, stooping to rub irritably at her knees for probably the 100th time in the past 5 minutes. Ugh, I'm gonna die. I busted up my knees, and it's so itchy when my scales grow in. Annie, don't pick at it. Chief Steward Incident. I don't think I've seen that one. Voice rings out across the garrison yard. Pleasant but firm. It instantly transports you back to being in the ship Krish, tugging on her skirts and calling her auntie. Anemone jumps and stands up straight, her hands flying to her sides. But Mom, Annie whines, digging her fingers into her knees at Auntie Sedent as Auntie Sedent approaches you both. It's so scratch-tastically itchy. That's not even a word. I know, lovely, Auntie Sedent soothes her, patting her down her riotous red hair. But the more you pick at it, the thicker your scales are going to grow in. Anemone tucks her hands under her armpits to keep from scratching. What if I want to have cool scales? She pouts. Antecedent smiles indulgently. At the rate you're going, I'm sure they'll be covered in them before you know it. No need to rush. Anemone's skin is dotted with patches of protective blue-green scales that grow in wherever she gets a cut or scrap. She rubs the patch on her jaw and diligently, The one she got when she ran headfirst into the food synthesizer back on the ship. Makes sense. Antecedent opens her satchel and pulls out a bundle of clothes. The queue for the nanoprinter is over a week long, so I patched your pants with scraps from your brother's clothing. Please try not to put any more holes in them, or yourself, okay? She hands the clothing to Anemone and kisses her on the forehead. Anemone sticks out her tongue and gags. Yuck. Anemone evaluates the clothes as her mom walks away. Galactic. She breathes as she runs her fingers over the odd-colored patches. Then, right there in the middle of the yard, she unashamedly squirms out of her pants and pulls on the new ones. Okay. Wow! I look like a fighter jet from the Hollows, she exclaims, showing off her new pants. Like when they'd stencil your kill count on your plane. Or like a really cool scar. Anemone grins. Yeah, you get it. My pants are scarred, just like me. Yeah, let's try not to intentionally get scars though, please. That's no fun. Are we out on time? Got it. Okay. Let's relax by the walls, because we haven't yet. After the first attack on the colony, they added lookout towers to the walls. Now you have a place to hang out if you don't feel like working, and, because it's all the way up here, no adults are going to come ask you to run any errands for them. On rainy days, you take shelter under the pavilions and listen to the pitter-patter of warm raindrops on the grass roof. You can do whatever you want. This is the life. The perfect place to slack off, yeah. It's the perfect place to catch up on holovids you've been meaning to watch, and to chat with your friends on the colony social media. Oh, hey Sol. Dis pops his head up a nearby ladder and looks surprised to see someone else here. Do you mind if I sit here too? Heck yeah, come sit beside me. The two of you dangle your feet off the side of and watch the valley below. This shuffles a little uncomfortably and doesn't say much. You wonder if this was his private spot to be alone before you discovered it. Probably. Alright. Now we're in early pollen. Taking that. Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this for a little bit. Grab that. Is there anything out here? Oh, grab that too. So there is. Perfect. Plants grow faster in pollen. They've choked the path here, and you can't see an obvious way through. Wow. Yeah, super overkill. You find a good stick and whack your way through the tangle of new growth. Take that, nature. Okay. You're minding your own business when you stumble into... This low valley has collected a lot of thick pollen. You cough and try to push your way through it, but it's pollen all the way down. Surveyors got nice helmets with built-in masks, but yours is just a cheap one. At least the pollen isn't too thick here. There we go. I have an idea, actually. That works. How overkill can we go, I wonder? Very. Blech. This pollen makes your face itch. It makes it all the better when you find a way around to higher ground and come out of the worst of it. Okay. You stop for lunch, eating an earth treat grown from your own greenhouses. A watermelon. Yeah, just relax. You spot a group of hop-eyes playing in a clearing. They let you get pretty close to watch them chatter to each other and rub noses. They're all friends, just like people. But they hop away if you get too close. We're gonna walk through. That doesn't really do anything. Yeah. Popeyes are wary at first, but you crouch down and copy their cute little squeaking noises. You bounce towards them, and amazingly, they don't hop away. You play with the Popeyes for a few minutes before moving on. Cute little guys. Oh, hello. Eat some snacks while you watch. You take a break and pull some snacks from your pack. Alright. As you come to the bend, the movement catches the corner of your eye. There's something up on top of a nearby mushroom-capped tree. You can't quite tell what it is, but is that a person? We've already been through that. Yeah, no. Let's not do that again. We'll find our way around. Alright. It is... looks dark. Closer. This one seems occupied. Okay, that's a no then. You spot a suspiciously regular mound of dirt. Maybe something is buried there? Could be dangerous, though. You furiously dive in, digging with your gloved hands. Turns out, it's just a pile of dirt. Nothing more. Dang. This hop-eye is acting really strange. It won't let you pass. It keeps thumping its foot on the ground really loud. What's its deal? Okay. Huh. You stop trying to get past it and just listen. Oh, you can hear little squeaking noises from nearby. It's probably warning you away from its nest. Carefully avoid the nest while speaking in soothing tones. The agitated little guardian titters warnings at you, but eventually lets you by. I feel like we've done this before, but sure. Yeah. Grab that. And I think that's everything then, yeah? Well, besides this. Why not? Yeah. And then this happens. Manticore, jeez. Your next thought is, how do I get down from this tree? And shortly after that, how do I get up into this tree? You're embarrassed, but at least you've outrun the Manticore. If there even was one. Alright. We'll go ahead and head back now. Because there's, like, nothing else here for us. Yeah, head home. Yep. Your dad comes back from work one day looking seriously under the weather. He's pale, with deep circles under his eyes, and he keeps sneezing. It's fine, he insists. It's just all this pollen in the air. It's gucking up the old air tubes. Do you remember hay fever, Flulu? We always got it back on Earth, too. Your mom frowns and crosses her arms. We did, she agrees. So why isn't it bothering me? You're a lot tougher than me, sweet pea, your dad says. Your mom rolls her eyes. I'm sure I just have to get used to it, like you did, he continues. Maybe I'll go for a stroll outside the gates later. Really get a lungful of the stuff. I feel bad for a few weeks, but after that, I'll be fine. Your mom raises both eyebrows. Outside the gates? You? Your dad shrugs, then he falls into a fit of sneezing and can't answer. Your mom directs him to go lie down on their bed. You need rest. You need rest, not... What? Not machismo, she scolds him. I don't have Your dad sneezes. A macho bone in my body, foo-foo. And I have to fertilize the corn and the pixie beans this week. Uh-huh, your mom grunts. Your dad pulls a handkerchief from his pocket and sneezes into it a few times. Big yelling honk noises that echo through your whole quarters. He pulls it away from his face, and you can tell that something's wrong. Huh, your dad says weakly, holding the handkerchief away from his face. It's bright fuchsia pink and glittering in the light. That's weird. Then his eyes roll back in his head, his knees buckle, and your mom yells for you to call Instance. Chief Engineer Instance takes your dad's vitals and gives him a curiouser look over, but she seems satisfied with what she sees without having to do a thorough examination. The explorers have started calling this the Shimmer, she says, shining a light down your dad's throat. He looks a little better, but not much. It's an airborne environmental toxin, likely in the pollen fog. Will he be okay? It doesn't seem to cause long-term damage to the body, Instance explains. She gestures in the air, making notes on her hollow eye that only she can see. I've been tracking its effects for 3 seasons now. The toxin is flushed out of the body after 3 to 5 days, and it's not contagious. She looks down at your father. What that means for you, Geranium, since you're particularly susceptible to the toxin, you should be taking better pains to avoid exposure. If you must go outside during pollen, use a respirator. Your dad smiles weakly. You got it, boss, he says. Your mom smiles and puts her hand over his. As your literal boss, I'm ordering you not to come into work for the rest of the week, she says. You're on strict bed rest. She leans in to touch her forehead to his. They stay like that, smiling with relief. Even after one day of bed rest, your dad is looking a lot better. He's clearly anxious to get back out into the fields. You're gonna love this new crop, Soul. It's called a pixie bean. They glow in the dark. He's already pulling on his boots. The fields look so beautiful at night. I'm happy that we finally found something that would actually grow here that isn't soy. Soy and more soy. I'm happy too. Alright. Time? Alright, I guess we'll end the video here then. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. Subscribe if you want. See ya.